Welcome back to some more fairy tale videos and all that good stuff. Today we have we have a death battle from Erza versus Zoro, and I know both these characters, and I know Zoro quite well, so it's gonna be an interesting fight. So yeah, this is gonna be accompanied by another fairy tale video today as well. The DVDs I couldn't get a hold of this week, so next week, hopefully for sure I can get them, so we can get back into the rhythm of things of getting more fairy tale videos out each week. So to kind of fill out today without like leaving a void or whatever, I decided to do this video, including an OVA from Fairy Tale as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into this, shall we? Here we go. Screw it. Still that theme song.
Past, present, or future, one kind of fighter has stood the test of time. The swordsman.
And today's combatants are two of the most skilled warriors to ever wield a blade.
Roronoa Zoro, the feared swordsman of the Straw Hat Pirates.
And Erza Scarlet, the battle mage of the Fairy Tale Guild.
He's...
Okay, so I forgot to say this at the beginning. I'm gonna say my prediction first, and then we'll watch the video. So I feel like Zoro might win. There's many aspects of why I think that, and I think they might touch on it in this video, but like, I think the main reason why is he can cut through like literally anything. So I feel like he might win overall, or if maybe Erza can pull out one of her legendary rare armors, she can maybe win, but I don't know. My prediction is Zoro's gonna win, and we'll see if that's true or not.
Whiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I love the animation.
As a child, Roronoa Zoro dreamed of becoming the greatest swordsman in the world.
But he didn't just enroll at a dojo. He showed up, challenged everyone, and then just sort of stuck around.
Zoro's dojo training sharpened his natural talent with a sword, but there was one person he could never quite manage to beat.
The daughter.
His sensei's daughter, Kuina.
Yep.
They dueled a lot, and Kuina won every single matchup. All 2,001 of them.
Damn, you think you would have got at least one in?
Despite the constant defeat, Kuina and Zoro were very close friends. Together, they promised that someday one of them would become the world's best swordsman.
And then she fell down some stairs and died. Which just seems like an unacceptable way for a master swordsman to bite the dust.
Yeah.
Does thin out the competition for world's best swordsman, though.
True. I mean, that's how I became the world's best shotgun woodcarver.
That's
After
awesome.
Kuina's death, Zoro inherited her sword and used it to hone his skills even further. Eventually leaving
Awful
the
sense of
dojo
direction.
in search of
Yeah.
the current title holder of world's greatest swordsman, Dracule Mihawk.
But he immediately got himself lost. With nothing better to do, he became a bounty hunter and wandered around the ocean until he ran into a weird, stretchy pirate kid.
You mean Monkey D. Luffy, who brought Zoro onto his crew of Straw Hat Pirates.
Actually worked out pretty well, since Luffy was already looking to hire
Saved
him
his life,
anyway.
too. He was, like, on
Turns
the
out,
execution.
Zoro has quite a reputation.
At this point, he was already a master swordsman, and after finding and training under Mihawk, his swordsmanship became legendary.
He created his
God,
own
that girl.
fighting style, Santoryu, also called three-sword style, because he uses three swords, one in each hand and one in his freaking mouth.
Yep.
That doesn't seem very safe.
Oh, shut up, Wiz. Badasses don't care about safety.
Regardless, with the three-sword style, Zoro can perform several unique attacks, including the Onigiri, where he strikes with all three blades at once.
Or the Tatsumaki, where he makes a tornado dragon.
Yes.
By swinging his sword a
I
certain
love that
way,
one.
he can fire compressed air projectiles toward an opponent, like with his deadliest technique, the 1080-pound cannon. And last but not least, he knows the Kyutoryu 9-sword style.
Yeah.
Wait, did he just throw 4 more arms and 2 more heads? How the hell did he do that?
It's just an illusion, but it still somehow has physical presence.
He's like a human slap chop with a total of 9 swords.
That's one way to put it. In addition to his skills with a blade, Zoro is able to use
Love that
Haki,
sword, too.
a mysterious power that every living being possesses, but only a select few have learned how to use.
Haki, much like Neapolitan ice cream, comes in 3 flavors, and Zoro only has access to chocolate and vanilla.
Chocolate? What? I don't even... Well, one of those flavors
All right.
is observation Haki.
That's vanilla.
Of course. Which in some ways is similar to Spider-Man's Spidey Sense. Zoro can sense the location of other people, even if they're invisible or far away, and can also predict most opponents' attacks.
Then chocolate, everyone's favorite Haki flavor, is armament Haki. This lets him form an
Okay.
invisible armor around himself as protection, or harden his swords to make his strikes cut through almost anything.
With both
Yep.
Haki, Zoro has been a real asset to the Straw Hat Pirates. They've traveled the world and had a lot of weird adventures.
Very
That
weird
time,
ones.
Zoro fought a literal living mountain man named Pika and sliced him clean in half.
A strike so
This is
powerful
what I
it
was
didn't
talking
just
about.
cut through Pika, it sent his top half flying upward. Considering Pika's enormous size and approximate mass, this strike had to have been more powerful than the first ever deployed hydrogen bomb, the 11 megaton Castle Romeo.
Also,
Nice.
Zoro's pretty damn fast. One time he moved so quickly he seemed invisible to a room full of highly trained
Punched a hole through a
assassins.
tidal wave,
And when
yep.
the odds are against him, he'll keep pushing himself, even past the point of bleeding out.
Thus, he's powered through some incredibly intense pain, such as...
Yes. That was a taste of the power. And
Holy
it goes on to
shit!
touch the
How
big
hell is he
ball.
still standing after that?
That's a good question. After a battle with Kuma, a bear man because this is One Piece, Zoro took on not only his own pain from near death, but also Luffy's, despite being told that doing so would surely kill him. But it just didn't.
He's just a
Even brag
badass.
about it. What a badass.
Zoro is
Yeah, yeah.
definitely the stoic badass type, but
Yeah.
he can't do everything. He's a sword fighter above all, and prefers to fight up close and personal.
He also has the world's shittiest sense of direction. He gets lost without someone there literally reading the map for him, and could never survive on his own without his friends.
You might think Zoro would be more of a lone wolf type of guy, but no. Much like how Kuina's death spurred him on to become a great swordsman, it's his friends who keep him fighting.
I set sail for only one reason, to meet you,
And what is your goal?
to beat you.
Erza
Erza.
Scarlet grew up in a small rural town called Rosemary Village. It was pretty picturesque as far as childhoods go.
Hold on, Wiz.
Big
I'm
thanks
getting
to
a
Dark Wolf
premonition.
who censored a
Despite
spoiler
everything
in this video for
seeming
me.
Perfect. Something terrible happens.
A murderous cult attacked, destroyed the city, and
Yep.
enslaved the children to build a tower to resurrect their evil overlord.
Yep.
There it is.
Young Erza was tortured, and while she may have lost an eye in the process, she also gained a friend, Jalal Fernandez. He actually gave Erza her last name, Scarlet, after her red hair.
She and her buddies swore they'd escape, so Erza ended up staging a revolt and saved the other slaves thanks to discovering her latent magical powers.
Unfortunately, not everyone made it out.
Turns out Jalal got possessed by some spirit that made him a huge dick, and she had to go without him.
Fine, if you want to leave so badly, then I'm not going to stop you. But you'll have to go alone.
After that nightmare, Erza swore to dedicate her life to helping and protecting the innocent. And
God damn it, Dark Wolf. There you go.
so joined the Fairy Tale Magicians Guild. Luckily for them, she possessed a great skill set for a mage.
Her main thing is requip magic, which is basically like having an armory with you at all times, without having to lug it around.
Requip magic allows Erza to summon her vast array of weapons and armor at will, meaning she can use multiple combinations of swords, lances, and outfits all in one fight without ever really slowing down.
A lot
Damn,
of
that'd
armor.
be useful for all my weapons. How many's she packing?
She's rumored to have access to as many as 100 sets of armor and 200 weapons.
Nice!
Haven't
As
seen
far
them
as
all,
armor
but-
goes, her go-to is the standard Heart Cruise set. But there's also the Heaven's Wheel armor, where she can send swords
one of her
flying
favorites,
at
yeah.
people, the spiky defensive adamantine armor, and the Black Wing and Flame Empress armors, which have wings for flying.
Don't forget her giant armor, which she uses with
Yes.
a lance, purgatory armor, which has a lot of spikes.
Yes.
And seduction armor? I'm not
I
really
don't-
sure what purpose this serves.
No idea. Who
Probably
knows?
to make enemies terribly aroused. Ever tried to fight with an erection whiz? Believe
That
me,
one, yeah.
it's not easy.
Right. Well, Erza claims her most powerful armor is the Armadura Fairy Armor, which is very pink.
These are fancy and all, but sometimes she doesn't even bother suiting up. If her back's against the wall, Erza equips her clear heart clothing. This enhances
So
her
we're expecting
speed
her
and
to kinda
attack
use
over
her,
defense, and channels
second
all her
origin
magical
armor.
energy into her katanas for a
Nakagami or
decisive
something
blow.
like that, I think it is.
She can charge magic through her swords to perform all sorts of magical attacks, even mixing and matching weapons and armors to better her chances in a fight.
She's also just really good at sword fighting. Actually, she's really good with a lot of weapons, including hand-to-hand.
All of this makes Erza an excellent addition to the Fairy Tail Guild.
Indeed.
She quickly became one of its highest-ranking mages and was the youngest member to ever pass the S-Class
Give me
Mage
cannon.
promotion
Yeah,
test.
it's like
An
bullets.
incredibly difficult gauntlet only the strongest and wisest of warriors can
The whole
attempt.
island, yeah.
Speaking of achievements, she's pretty friggin' strong. Don't believe me? Well, here she is, lancing a hole through a giant floating cube.
This cube was about 100 million cubic miles in volume. To punch through it, Erza's lance must have dealt
How'd you
about
get that-
16
that
kilotons
number?
of force.
Erza's also fast enough to deflect bullets point blank from a flintlock pistol.
And play
Guns
pool.
with a muzzle velocity of about 540 miles per hour. And that's without a speed boost from her armor.
Right, many of her armor sets grant her stat boosts, increasing her speed, magic, defense, etc. She's survived plenty of destructive blasts, including one that blew up an island. Considering that island's size, that's an explosion equivalent to 2 kilotons of TNT.
So she's sexy, can survive island-busting attacks, and has a shit ton of weapons? She's basically perfect. Just wish she used a gun or
Hey.
two.
Well, she may have a vast armory, but
I forgot
swapping
the-
them in
the
and out
rat's
requires
name.
magic, and she can run her supply
Love the
down
armor.
if she's not careful.
So it's just like a mana bar in those fantasy games you always play.
Exactly. Though even when she's out of magic, she's still quite deadly in hand-to-hand. Like when she fought her alternate self from another parallel universe.
Yep.
That universe has a lot less clothing. Sign me up!
But
Well,
when
they
you're
blew
among
up,
the
so, I
best in
mean-
the guild, you get the job done no matter the limits.
I will withstand any physical pain to protect the ones that I love.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this
All
debate
right,
once
here we
and
go.
for all.
It's time
still
for a
thinking
death
Zoro's gonna win.
battle!
Unless Erza does her like Nakagami like powerful second origin armor. I'm not sure. Love this animation style.
Oh, sorry, lady. Could you point me in the way of the shipyard? I've been looking around for hours.
You're the one I'm looking for. Come peacefully and you won't be harmed.
Sorry, I'm busy.
The voices are
Maybe
pretty good.
later.
Then we'll have to do this the hard way.
I told you I'm busy. Fine. Well, I guess we're doing this now.
Yep. Alright. There we go. 3 sword. I was wondering why he was only using one. Damn.
Whoa! What?
You're coming with me!
Neat trick.
Flame Empress. What the face he did.
Try laughing at this!
There's the armor. I expected her to use that on probably one of his big attacks, maybe. Don't expect it. Punches it out of the way.
You are strong, pirate! But this is great!
Damn. Like leveled the city.
Fool. Nothing is worse than the loss of life.
That's not it. You still up.
Start
Yeah,
crying, woman.
What?
could have been
So
it.
much for all that true strength bullshit, huh?
Yeah.
No. I can do this! I
Interesting
will
choice,
claim
alright.
this bounty for my guild!
I guess for sheer
For
numbers
my
of swords,
strength!
probably. Yeah.
For my
Oh, now he's
friends!
getting serious. He put on the.
Bring it on!
Yep. There we go.
You're not the only one who fights for their friends!
Indeed. You riding your sword? Damn! Oh! Wow, that's gruesome.
Now, where the hell is that shipyard?
Wow!
Jesus! Talk about a killing blow!
In the past, Erza could react to projectiles flying over 500 miles per hour, but Zoro could move faster than the eye could see. US Air Force tests have shown that a well-trained human eye can consistently spot and recognize an image in 1/220th of a second. So, in this case, Zoro would have had to move from point A to point B, which is about 57 feet, in 4.5 milliseconds. That's close to 9,000 miles per hour.
That's more than 5 times faster than a bullet. Erza didn't really rely on speed anyway, and there's no
Damn.
evidence any of her armor magic could have helped close that wide of a gap.
Except for
Speaking
that
of her
giant armor, right?
Erza
Wouldn't that
did
be a
have
thing?
more options in defense and weaponry. Unfortunately for her, she was simply outclassed in damage dealt.
Erza could withstand hits of about 2 kilotons, like the blast which destroyed that island. But Zoro has dished out much stronger blows than that.
Slicing Pika in half, for example, was equivalent to 11.5 megatons. That's about 6,000 times bigger than anything Erza has survived. And while Erza's artificial eye may have seen through Zoro's 9-sword style illusion, it couldn't prevent him from actually attacking her.
She also had that habit of stripping down to clear hard clothing in a bind. Yeah, it gave her more sword power, but at the cost of less defense.
Yeah,
This sounded like a
that's
good
true.
idea on paper, but close-range combat was Zoro's bread and butter.
Erza was mostly self-taught, and while proficient with a blade, Zoro has trained with swords all his life. Even with the greatest swordsman in the world, an up-close duel was exactly what he was looking for.
And the
Yeah, she
mountain in the
will be
background,
getting
like,
a
just
very
got
terrible
torn off as
The
well.
winner is Roronoa Zoro.
Damn.
Next time on Death Battle.
What's next time?
You got some chat, I'll look with the
Well, there you go. Super cool. Yeah, I loved how the end bit right here, the mountain behind also got cut. Just like that is. That's gruesome though. Good lord, just cut right down the middle. Damn. So there you have it. My prediction was right. Zoro did win, only because that mountain giant guy. I remember seeing that episode and it was just like, goddamn. He just like cut right through it twice. Yeah, interesting. I love Erza for who she is and everything, but yeah, I did for real think that Zoro was going to win against her. It's interesting they never talked about that second origin armor. I wonder if they decided against it because there's not much like information about it, kind of thing. It's just like a you win scenario kind of armor. I don't know. It will be interesting to find to know why they ignored that armor. Yeah, so there you have it. Death battle concluded. Zoro wins. So if there's any other kind of death battles in the future with Fairy Tail or any other show that I watched with character inside of it or in it, versing in it, whatever, I'll definitely consider watching it. Yeah, if it's a Fairy Tail character, definitely, because Fairy Tail characters are always like unique and very strong. So it'll be interesting to see who would win versus other fandoms and stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like I said at the beginning of this video, tune in for another episode of Fairy Tail today. Not Fairy Tail, but like a Fairy Tail related video today. It'll probably be the OVA that I missed. The Rave Master one, I guess, is the one I'm gonna do. So that's also today. big thank you to Dark Wolf for helping me. Let me see if I can find the bit that he was. This is Zoro. Let's see. I believe this bit here is it before this one? There it is. I believe that was the spoiler, and he actually edited it himself, and he was very proud of it when he was talking to me about it. He edited it out perfectly to the point where you can't even see the lines, apparently.
Fairy tale magician.
That's true. I can't.
Luckily
I
for
can't
them,
even tell
she
there's
possessed
something.
a
Oh, maybe
great
the
skill
lights.
set for a maid.
Well, that's pretty cool. It's a funny cover up did there too. So I guess there was a spoiler there that was a spoiler for things that I haven't got to yet, which brings me to get into like the second origin armor. If they if they're talking about this stuff like in future events, like this is a spoiler thing, wouldn't they use the Nakagami armor? Or like I said, I think that's the name of the armor, second origin armor. I don't know. I'm just talking now. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and tune in next week for some fairy tale, hopefully, and tune in today as well for another fairy tale related video for the OVA. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. See ya.